I have a trademark here for one of my companies, and in today's video I want to talk about how do you actually trademark a business name, and should you do it for your company or business? I'm Matt Sorensen. Let's build wealth. So what is a trademark? Well, it's a legal right that you can get from the federal government that says, hey, no one else can use this business name as long as you register it with the federal government and follow the process I'm going to outline here in a minute. And the reason for this is businesses don't want to be confused with a competitor who may be offering similar services. So for example, Nike has trademarked the business name Nike. They don't want someone else in the shoes or sports business selling products and customers being confused with, am I buying this product from Nike or am I buying it from Nikkei? They want to be clear on what is the actual business and who owns and has rights to this mark. Now let's say you're able to get the trademark for Prestige Worldwide, and let's just say you're an event business with the name of Prestige Worldwide. Maybe you throw an event called the Catalina Wine Mixer. So if you have that name of Prestige Worldwide and you're operating business in California, that means if someone else in that same industry doing events or things like that is operating in Wisconsin, you can go and sue them to say, hey, that's my name and mark. You cannot use that name in a similar business. But let's say that there's a financial advisor in Florida offering services and they call themselves Prestige Worldwide. Well, you can't stop that company. So you have to make sure you understand when you file a trademark, you're going to get your trademark classified in a certain industry. And in that industry, you will have rights to that name where you can stop and protect no one from using it. But outside of that industry, other people could use it. So for example, if you're in the movie business and you're like, well, I want to trademark the name Paramount. Well, that doesn't mean any business can't use the word Paramount. That means anyone in the movie or television business can't use that. But someone could make socks and have a sock business called Paramount Socks, and that is not confusing to the public. And so someone could still use that name. They just can't use it in your industry or classification. So it's really important you understand when you file a trademark, you need to designate the classification code for your specific industry. And you can actually register it in 2 or 3 different classifications if you do use that name in those areas of business. Now, what are the qualifications to trademark your business name? Well, the first thing is it has to be in commerce. The easiest way to do that is to show it being used on your website. And this is usually done by showing brochures or other marketing collateral that you have marketing your business name. But nowadays, most people are just going to say, hey, here's the website we use it on. And that's what you're going to file and submit to the US Patent and Trademark Office, who's going to approve the trademark. Now, the second qualification is you have to show that the name is not merely descriptive. So for example, if you had a restaurant selling hamburgers, you just couldn't call the business Hamburgers. That is not a name that can be trademarked because it's simply descriptive of what you sell. Now, if you said, no, I'm going to call this Matt's Hamburgers. Now, it's possible you could trademark Matt's Hamburgers. Somebody might have already done this, I don't know. But it's possible that you could actually trademark that, but it only is trademarked in the combination of using Matt's and hamburgers together. You will not have protection of the word hamburger in and of itself. So you want to be careful of trademarking something that is descriptive. You'll need to add something to it that makes it unique. Now, the third qualification is you have to make sure no one else has already trademarked this. And the easiest way to do that is you can go to uspto.gov, which is where you file your trademark, and you can search current trademarks. Put in the actual trademark you want to have, and it'll return a search to see if anyone has already trademarked or made claim to that name. Now, the most common reasons a trademark is rejected is someone else already has that trademark or something close to it. The trademark is merely descriptive of what you do. It's not unique and identifiable to you, where you could build a brand around that name. Or third, you actually haven't used that name in commerce yet, and the trademark office can't see that that name has been established out in the US. Now, when you're filing the trademark with the USPTO, one of the things you got to be careful about is making sure you get the classification right. This is critical for a number of reasons, but the first is the whole purpose of getting the trademark is I want to be able to enforce that if someone uses that name in my industry. So if we go back to Prestige Worldwide and I have an event business or entertainment business, I want to make sure no one's using that in that specific industry. But I don't care if someone's using Prestige Worldwide selling socks. I'm not going to go after that sock company. They don't compete with me, and no one's going to confuse my event business for a sock making company. So when you're actually filing this at uspto.gov and you're typing in your name and you're going through all the qualifications, you're going to have to choose the classification codes. And this is one of the reasons why I recommend working with the lawyer to get this done properly. It's one of the biggest mistakes we see is people will go get a trademark, but it's actually in the wrong classification code, or they didn't get enough classification codes where someone else could use that name in a close enough area where there could be confusion and competition for the name. Now, in addition to trademarking a name, you can also trademark a slogan. So for example, Nike has trademarked the name Nike so that no one else can use that in the shoe and athletic business. But they've also trademarked Just Do It because that's a slogan that they use, and they don't want anyone else to use that in marketing or selling competing products. So we have our name Directed IRA in one of my companies companies, which is the name registered as a trademark. But we also have take control of your retirement, which is the slogan that we use to market ourselves, and it's kind of our catchphrase for our business. So you might have a slogan or a common marketing phrase you use in your business, and you can also trademark that. And it's going to follow the same protocol. Is it used in commerce? Has someone else already registered it? Is it unique to what you're doing in your business? If you can show those things, you'll be able to get a trademark to protect that slogan or catchphrase. So now you know what a trademark is, whether it makes sense in your business, but how do you actually register this thing? Well, you're going to go to uspto.gov or your lawyer that you may engage for this. And at uspto.gov, you're going to complete a trademark application. You're going to put in the name. You're going to show the evidence of use. You're going to choose the classifications of the industry where you think you should have protection, and then you're going to submit it. And there's a filing fee of a few $100s to uspto.gov per classification. So if you want to get this registered in 3 or 4 classifications, it's going to cost you more. Now the timeline on this, and this is the federal government, is almost a year. It's going to take almost a year to get a response back from the USPTO that your trademark has been registered. And until that time, you cannot use the little R with the circle around it. But you can use the little letters TM next to your name. The trademark has not been approved or registered, but you're making a claim that I'm trying to trademark this business name or slogan. But the real protection comes when you get the official trademark in the mail from the federal government, and you can put the little R with the circle around it next to your business name. That's when your name is legit and no one else can use it in your industry across the entire US. Now, the final requirement you have to do to keep your trademark active is you have to protect it. If someone is out using your name or anything you've trademarked, you have to make correspondence to them. Write them the nasty letters, engage the lawyer, whatever it takes to say, hey, I own that trademark. Stop using that. You're competing with me in my industry and I have that trademark. Here's my document from the federal government saying I own this. Stop using it. And if they fail to comply with your cease and desist request, you can sue them in court. You can get your attorney's fees and significant damages awarded to you to stop them from using your trademark. Now, your name and brand can be one of the most valuable things in your business. It's something your customers know you by, and it's something you're going to build over a long period of time. So you want to make sure no one else is using that. That's why we recommend you get a trademark for your business, particularly if you're growing or doing something online or nationwide, so no one else can use it and you can have rights to your name and protect yourself from anyone trying to be an imposter or someone else from just mistakenly using your name, customers being confused. Now, my law firm, KQS Lawyers, files hundreds of trademarks for clients across the country. You can also go to uspto.gov and file it for yourself. But either way, make sure you're protecting your name and your brand. And for more videos on how to learn how to build wealth, grow your business, protect yourself, please subscribe to my channel. I'm Matt Sorensen. We'll see you next time.